Wait, guys, UPS tried to deliver something to my house, but it said they couldn't. Steven, that's a scam. I have to like type in my details.
It's a scam, Steven.
Well, they texted me.
Why would they text? Are you expecting a package?
No.
Yeah, so it's a scam, so don't do it.
Yeah, but like, what if I ordered something and forgot about it? I need this package.
You don't even know what it is.
Okay, social security number 4.
No.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Did you know that 90% of cyber attacks actually start with a phishing scam? If you're sitting there wondering what even is phishing, it's basically, you know, those fake emails that you get where someone is pretending to be someone that they're not and they want you to click a link and either put in your details or even make a payment. And I often hear so many people saying, oh, phishing, that could never be me. I could never be so silly. Yes, it could. As someone that used to be the annoying person at your job that used to actually send out phishing emails to test you, I know that it 100% could be anybody. But that also means I've got a couple of handy tips that will be able to help you next time you do receive that annoying email. As phishing is done via email, the very first thing that I want you to do is have a look at the email address. If they've said that they're Royal Mail, for example, is it actually a Royal Mail email emailing you? Or is it someone pretending to be Royal Mail and it's an iCloud email? Some scammers are very clever and they can spoof domains, but what they'll usually do is there'll be some slight difference in it. So it might say Royal Mail, but for example, one of the I's might actually be a 1. Okay, so you check the email address and they've actually done a pretty good job. Next, let's move on to the actual body of the email. All phishing emails, if there's one thing that they're going to have, it's going to be a sense of urgency. It's always going to feel like you need to do something right now. But let's be real, sometimes there might actually be instances where we do need to do stuff quickly, but usually if it's from your bank, it will include some piece of information that's only recognizable to you, like for example, your postcode or something like that, or the last 4 digits of your bank card for you to actually know that it is them. So that's when we're going to look at the body of the email again. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, I feel like in order for you to be someone that puts phishing emails together, you need to not know how to spell. There's always a spelling mistake somewhere. Let's say you've got this far and every single thing seems to be in check. Sounds like you're dealing with the final boss of phishing scammers. Don't worry, all hope is not lost. For it to be phishing, there has to be some kind of link involved. Before you click that link, I simply just want you to hover over it. Look at the URL. Is it taking you where it says it's going to? If it's is it taking you to an Every website? Which, mind you, they wouldn't ask you for a payment, by the way. But is it taking you to an Every website? Does it look legitimate? Or is it taking you to I'm going to take all your money.com? And it's as simple as that. I know that sometimes when you receive these emails, you might not be in the best headspace, you might be rushing, but when it comes to your emails, honestly, slow down. The email's not going anywhere. You don't have to respond right now. You don't have to act right now. Just take time and just keep your wits about you. Yeah? Bye, guys.
Scammers are getting better and better at scamming. So like I got a weird text message. We've all been seeing those stupid toll bill texts. I stopped getting those because I kept replying to them, not today, Satan. They stopped sending them to me. But I got a weird one from my bank this morning. Like, honestly, this looks legit. I have Ent Credit Union, you know, this link, it says ent.com/payments, and then it has a phone number. Like, this looks very legit. But something in my heart told me that this was a scam, because why would I need to fund my savings account? When you open it, you have to fund it. You can't open it without funding your savings account. And that's how it is at like typically most credit unions. So I called them right away, not that phone number, and I did not click on that link. I went on my computer and I typed in ent.com/payments to see if it would like show me anything. So then I log into my account. Again, this is all on my computer, nothing on my phone. Didn't click on the link or the phone number. And I'm like, this is just so weird. I don't see any notifications in my account. So I call them. I was just like, hey, I got this weird text message. You know, this phone number doesn't look like it's your guys' phone number. So, you know, like this whole thing is just confusing. So she looks into it and she's like, yeah, this is a phishing scam. Like, good job for not doing that. She's like, this isn't even in our system as like one of the phishing scams. So she like put it in their system. So then hopefully now like more people, like if they get that, they're smart enough not to click on that link. Because like even though that link looks like an ent.com link, the actual URL is probably like hidden underneath there, and it will take you to a completely different website that they've designed to look like the credit union's website. So you have to type in all your information, and then you give them your information, and then they steal all your money.
There's a new phishing scheme going around, and I almost fell for it twice. It was from like an Oculus Careers, like Meta Careers thing. And it was like, oh, schedule a call. If you click the link, then it'll have you log into your Facebook. And I was like, oh, that kind of seems legit if you have to log into your Facebook since it's from Meta. But then after like a few minutes, I was like, okay, this seems really sketchy. So then I get another email from Coinbase saying the same thing. They want to schedule an interview with me. They're talking about like my social media experience. It was super creepy. I already kind of knew this was like a phishing scam, so I wanted to see what was up. So I clicked the schedule calling, and then it once again wants you to sign into your Facebook. So if you get these emails, just be careful. Don't sign into your Facebook. I changed all of my passwords to everything, so it just like freaked me out. Stay safe out there.
Beware of recruiter phishing. If you're a job seeker right now, desperate to get job interviews, please be careful of this. It is on the rise. So what is recruiter phishing? Well, you lose your job in a layoff, okay? And it gets announced. And all of a sudden, a couple of recruiters message you and say, we think you might be the right fit for some of the opportunities we're looking at. Can we get you on the phone? So you jump on the phone with them, and they start asking you questions like, who did you report to at XYZ? And who else did you report to? And what about over here? And so you're gladly sharing the names, thinking this is normal. And then they ghost you. That's because they never intended to hire you. They were using you to get the names of the people that are still at that company or at a higher level. And that's because they were told to go recruit from that company and poach those people. Is it a nasty practice? You betcha. Why is it on the rise? Because recruiters have a lot fewer jobs that they can place right now, especially those headhunters that get paid on your first year annual salary. They're all hustling to try to get candidates in order to get paid. And so they're going to pull out those tactics in order to do what they have to make their money. And it's unfortunate. It's frustrating. People, please be careful. You shouldn't be serving up the names of people you worked with in a first interview like that. And you can very easily say to them, you know, I don't have permission to give you their names. I'm happy to check with them, and we can circle back if I move forward in the interview process. See how that works? You're not saying no. You're just saying there are some boundaries. There are some guidelines here. It's going to help you figure out if they're phishing or not. Unfortunately, it's a really tough time out there right now. If you've made it this far, TikTok 10, I have a super secret discount code for the people that listen to my videos. It's linked here in my bio. What it does is not only get you a 7-day free trial to my job search career coaching platform, but you get $10 off a month on any of our memberships. And memberships start at $29 a month. So you could try us free for 7 days and join for only $19 a month and cancel at any time. And here's why you should do that. Because school taught us everything except how to get the job. And unfortunately, there's a lot of you out there right now that are doing the wrong things in your job search, and you don't even know it. And with a couple of quick tips and tricks and things that you need to know to close your gaps in knowledge, you could be back on track and actually getting those interviews and those jobs. So I would love to help you with that. My team would love to help you with that. And we're giving you a way to try it for free for 7 days and at a discount because we really want to help you. Okay. Good luck. Stay safe out there with those job interviews. Go get them.
Here are 3 scary AI scams that look real. Number 1 is deepfake video calls. And how it works is scammers use AI-generated deepfake videos, for example, of a company executive to trick employees into transferring millions of dollars. This actually happens. Number 2, AI romance scams with fake celebrities. So basically, scammers make AI-generated replicas of celebrities like Brad Pitt using deepfake videos and images, and then they DM victims on social media to build a romantic relationship, sending personalized messages and videos. For example, a French woman lost 850,000 euros after falling for a scammer who was posing as Brad Pitt. Number 3 is AI voice cloning in fake family emergencies. How this works is scammers clone a loved one's voice using AI tools trained on short social media clips or past voicemails. Then they call other family members pretending to be that family member in urgent need of money. For example, they were just arrested or in an accident. To counteract this, make sure your family has an emergency keyword that you talk about in person, you don't share it online.
Guys, I have cloned my own voice in the past before. That stuff is pretty accurate. And as you feed the AI more and more information about your voice, it improves and it gets better and better and better. And the next thing you know, that AI clone sounds exactly like you. Be very careful with that. I think that AI cloning will be a serious problem 2 to 3 years from now if scammers know how to use it very well. They will get so many people. I promise you that.
Y'all, the scammers are at it again, and they're getting people with a text message. Yes, a text message. So if you have streaming services, cable, phone provider, anybody that debits your account for services every month, you want to listen up. The scammers are sending a text message saying your payment method has failed or your card has expired. Please click the link to update your card information. And while for some of us that might ring a red flag, so many people are clicking the link and putting in their card information. Now the link will take you to a website that looks like it's legitimate. So you put in all your information and boom, you've gotten got. So if you ever get a text message like this, you want to, one, pull your bank account statement and verify the last time they charged your account and have this information ready for when you call customer service. It may take you 5 minutes, it may take you 15 minutes to verify this information, but it's going to save you all of the headache. But use this as a reminder to update your card information to a credit card if you can, because you don't even want to deal with cash leaving your account that you didn't authorize. But the bank cannot save you when you willingly put in your bank account information. So yeah. The scammers are out, so be careful.
So something terrible just happened to me. I am in my car staring at the trees. I have my Benjamin, and I'm going to talk about it on the internet. Because I was just almost a part of the most intricate scam I've ever seen or heard of, ever. And I'm very upset because I am an artist. And I thought this was going to be like my first big art sale. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. And it wasn't a normal scam either. It wasn't like one of those quick one-off, they're rushing you, let me overpay you, shipping agent, whatever. The whole thing checked out. I was communicating with this woman for weeks until the very end. The very end happening literally maybe 10 minutes ago. Essentially, she reached out saying that she saw my artwork on her For You page. She really loved it. She sent me this big long message and I ignored her at first because I said, this seems scammy. She double messages. I want to send you pictures of my space so we can talk about art. So that makes it like, oh, she double messaged? Oh. So I entertain it. I figure I've been scammed enough that I know how to protect myself. She asked me for a catalog of work I have for sale. I have a degree in graphic design. I decide I should probably put legitimate effort into this because that's what you should do if this is like a real client, right? I spend hours and hours and hours making a catalog of work, analyzing every single piece, how much the materials cost, how much my labor cost, how much time did I put into this, how many different colors did I use, how do I price it so it's fair and I get, I send her the catalog. She even follows up like, hey, did you finish the catalog? Yeah, I want to see. I send it to her. She says, I want to buy these pieces. The prices seem fair. Here's my shipping address. Is shipping included? I give her all the information and I send her a email from my PayPal business account with an invoice. I've been talking to this woman since the beginning of the month. I've sunk a lot of time, a lot of effort. I took pictures of all my work. And of course, this is all good stuff I have now to, if somebody actually wants to purchase artwork legitimately, it's good to have. I even wrote a full contract. She asked me for an artwork purchase agreement. She asked me for one. If I pay you this money, if I send you this money through my PayPal, am I really going to get the artwork? She seemed like she was concerned that I was going to scam her. Then she keeps sending me, she sends me a picture of an error message. It's an error. She can't send it because she's in the Bahamas and she can't send it from her PayPal account, something with her bank. She directs me to a different bank. At this point, I'm convinced enough through all my research, which I'll make another video about, because you will never believe who this woman claimed to be. I check out the banking app. I'm like, oh, this seems legit. And if I don't have to pay any money into it, then if I just open an account and I don't have to give any real personal information, and it seems like a legitimate banking company, a legitimate online bank, sure, fine. Because I use Chime. I'm familiar with online banking. She fully transfers money to that bank account. So I now have gotten paid for the artwork, allegedly, that she wants to purchase. But I have to initiate the withdrawal. The first red flag that went up there is that it did not ask me for a routing number. I have traveled internationally. I'm familiar with sending money from the United States to another country. I'm very familiar with it. I thought that the amount of detail that they asked me for didn't seem normal. I didn't get asked for that special code you have to use to verify your bank. I didn't even get asked for a routing number. I'm like, how do they even know where to send this money? So I send an email to the support being like, hey, I didn't get asked for really any information to transfer to my bank except for an account number, which could have just been a random slew of numbers. It didn't even really ask me for like my name. I was like, this is not a normal amount of information. They assure me everything's fine. The withdrawal's in process. It's going to take 24 hours. 24 hours pass. I tell the woman it's going to take 24 hours. She goes, okay, thank you. Let me know when you get it. And I was like, I'll send you a tracking number once I receive the payment. Because I need to make sure, I know that it could be a scam, so I need to make sure that it clears my bank account before I send the art. Now, connecting my bank account is where I hit my issue. And I hate to be this person, but I'm gonna have to make a part 2.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
So, someone just fully tried to fucking scam me, and I'm gonna let everyone know, so this doesn't happen to you. I got a phone call claiming that they were from the government. They weren't asking me for personal information. They were basically telling me that my identity was stolen and that it was used to open up accounts and that I was being investigated and I had to go through all these procedures. The things that they were telling me, they were giving me badge numbers, they were giving themselves names, anything to make themselves seem credible. Red flag number 1 was when they told me I couldn't tell anybody. Weird. Didn't think anything of it, again, because they seemed so credible. And then red flag number 2 was them telling me to go to my bank. And I told them, I was like, I don't feel super comfortable doing that. I don't feel like, I kept saying like, I don't feel comfortable with you on the phone when I'm giving bank information. They're like, we don't need your bank information. We have that stuff. Okay, well, I don't feel comfortable pulling out money in my account because you're telling me to. Like what? What is wrong with people? Like,
I also just want to say that when it comes to scams, I'm very knowledgeable. I was doing everything I could to make sure I wasn't getting scammed, because the second I smelled BS, I was fact-checking numbers. I was making sure that everything seemed credible. And it did. They called me from the actual Department of Treasury's phone number for Washington State. Like, how does that even make sense? That does not make sense to me. And when I called them out on it, finally, to tell them that I knew it was a scam, they immediately hung up. Imagine that.
Moral of the story is that scammers are getting more savvy when making these stupid calls. So share, like, do whatever you want with this video, because the word needs to be spread that they're targeting people. They're using tactics to scare you, to make you feel isolated, and it needs to be known.
Hi, I just got a message in my junk mail from myself. Now, the first thing I thought was, I don't remember sending a message to myself. Now I open the message and my heart begins to flutter with nerves, paranoia, all the bad things you can think of, right? The email basically says, I was able to access your files, your camera, your contacts, such as your friends and family. Then it says, don't believe me? Check your email account. And I go, okay. So I go to from, and it's literally my whole entire contact, like all of my emails and my phone number. And I was like, the fuck? Here's the kicker. It says, I notice you've been watching a lot of porn and that you're into some pretty kinky stuff. If you don't send me $1,400, I'm going to send it to your friends and family and ruin your fucking life. My first thought was, excuse me, that's offensive. I only watch porn like twice a month. The rest of the times I use my imagination. So that's literally so offensive to my imagination. Okay. So second of all, you think I'm kinky? Okay, I did not know that romantic and real couple in the search bar was kinky, but babe, I will start labeling myself as kinky after that, okay? Thank you so much, what an honor. Third of all, I talk about my Theragun all the time. I tell all my girlfriends that the Flyby Theragun is the best little toy that there is, okay? I was on FaceTime last night with my parents and my Theragun was in frame on my nightstand, and I was like, oh my God, guys, my Theragun not in frame. I don't do anything with that in bed, and my mom starts dying laughing, okay? My dad was just like, do you use it on the low setting as a joke? And then my mom was like, gotta go. Got uncomfortable but awkward, but we acknowledged it, that it was just like there in frame. And lastly, like, babe, I don't want to send it to you. Like, if anything, so many celebrities' careers have gone viral because they you know, they got exploited or whatever. Like, do me a favor, do me a solid, because I don't got that $1,400 for you. So this message is an awareness that do not fall for phishing scams. They are fake. They don't have anything. And even if they do, babe, show a little ass, show some, you know, pleasureful faces because the screen's right here when I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay, leave me alone. Anyway, don't fall for the scams. They're bullshit. But also, don't be afraid to be blackmailed because life will always want to get you down and you just have to stay up.
She is hilarious, first of all. A lot of scammers will blackmail you if they can. A lot of times it's just threats. So guys, don't even worry about that stuff. Don't even worry about it. Life goes on and you should not be living in fear. Never ever let anyone have power over you like that. All of their threats are literally just threats.
I wanted to talk about something that happened to me recently, and I want to put this out especially to people who are desperately looking for a job right now. For context, I was laid off in January. I have a background in cybersecurity, network support, and anti-money laundering. So you can say that I am a person that is very suspicious. I'm detail-oriented, and things stick out to me that sometimes won't stick out to other people. So one of the jobs that I applied to, one of the 300 and something jobs that I applied to so far, emails me back. And this person, Catherine, says to me, she asked me, "Hi, Makita, I just wanted to find out if you are looking for a day shift or a night shift." Now, I've already noticed some funny little things. There's, a little grammar issues, but there were grammar issues that maybe could have happened to somebody who was like writing really fast. You know what I'm saying? But I said, it's just pinging my radar, but I'll answer it anyway. So I told her that I want to have the day shift. I have been working night shift for the past 3 years. I just wanted something a little different because I think I work a little better in the daytime, like as far as my brain is concerned. So I get an email. I think it was maybe the next day. This email was so blatantly scam. It was insulting. The grammar was way off. There were commas everywhere. Then they were like, the story that they gave, they were like, "Of course, we are, because you're handling sensitive information, we need to do a background check on you. Please go to this website, icheckmyscores.com," or something like that. So I said to myself, this is so goofy, but I already don't do this, but I already have like protections in place if something were to happen. So I clicked the website. There was nothing malicious on there, but I could see that there was like a little bit of a redirection in between. So then I went to like a Whois to see if it was a malicious website. They had privacy protection on the website, so you couldn't see who owned it or anything like that. But for some reason, the site did not give me when the website was made, which is another tell. Usually they have made it recently because they've made so many websites, right? So I decided to look in Google this icheckmyscores.com, and up come a bunch of people talking about with the same name, the same email, but these people are using different sites. They're using different sites. These people are hoping to phish you and get your information you click through because you're desperate for these jobs. They're hoping that you're naive enough to think, oh yeah, it makes sense that they want to do a background check on me because of the information that I'll be handling. So they have you put your credit card information in, or, they say, well, it only costs $1 for the background check. And they want you to put whatever information comes through. You're putting in your social security number, your credit card number, or whatever. Sometimes it won't even be your credit card number. It will just be a social security number, which is really all that they need, pretty much. And you've put in your first name, your last name, your email, whatever, anything that they can to steal your data. And highly likely nothing is going to come through. You'll probably get an error as soon as you put the information in. But by then they've already collected all of your information. So I wanted to put this out there. There are people out here willing to take advantage of you. Do not be desperate. Look at the emails. Make sure that they're not so and so from gmail.com, or if it's a email and it comes off a little bit suspicious and it has a seemingly legitimate company email, research it. It takes 2 minutes. Google it. Make sure the email is not spelled incorrectly. It may be a company that you are familiar with, but make sure the email is not spelled correctly. If you want to go to an extra measure, you can always go on LinkedIn, contact the recruiter and say, hey, I saw this post, or this person is emailing me. Is this a real position that you guys are offering? One of the best ways to avoid this, mostly, but it takes longer, is just to go to the company website and apply for the job. But I know that usually it takes forever to fill in information. But yeah, if you're going to use Easy Apply, whether it's on the big three like Indeed, LinkedIn, or Dice, just be careful, because there are people on these platforms using them, pretending that they are these legit companies or these recruiting companies with like these wild names or seemingly legit names. Just do the extra step. That's the last thing that you need to happen to you. You already lost your job, or you are about to lose your job. You don't know where your next money is coming from. And the next thing you know, you're getting scammed. Okay, bye.
One of my pet peeves is scammers taking advantage of others. Here yet again is another story. A senior losing more than $40,000 in an antivirus phishing scam. So here are some tips on spotting a phishing scam and what you can do to protect yourself. First off, recognize the signs. Let's say your email, for example, starts off with hello and then your email address instead of hello and using your name. There is a clue. Any grammar or spelling errors in the email, or a sense of urgency in the email. Another clue is any suspicious links or attachments in the email, or of course, asking for your personal information. Another clue is any alerts that say that you've won something, or of course that something is expired. If you do receive a phishing email, do not respond. What this will do is let the scammers know that your email address is active, which may prompt them in the future to try to scam you again. What you can do is report it to your company IT, or of course to your email provider. No matter what, don't share your personal information. If they were a legitimate company or a business, they wouldn't be asking for personal information. Don't forget to strengthen your passwords and enable two-factor authentication. Hope this helps. Stay safe.
I swear I'm not dumb, but why am I always falling for the phishing scams at work? Like, this seems plausible. I don't know. Probably do need to do this training or sign this document. I'm a contract employee, so I don't interact with everyone on a daily basis, so it's not weird that someone would like reach out to me and ask me to sign something. Are the scams getting better, or am I falling into the older people category of people who fall for scams?
Let's talk about the time I got scammed. Around 6 months ago, I got a text from my bank and it looked completely legitimate. I had no doubts that it was real. It told me to re-enter my bank information because it said someone was trying to make like an online purchase through my account. In the message, they gave me a number to call. So I immediately called the number, and even though I was like kind of suspicious, I just still called the number to see what was going on. And as I got on the phone, I realized they started asking me like major personal information that seemed kind of sketchy. So I hang up and call the direct number to my bank, and I realized that I was about to get scammed. And it was indeed not my bank. Now, the reason I'm even coming on here to talk about this is because although I like was kind of embarrassed about it, I feel like so many people have probably had similar experiences to me. And with so many holiday promotions coming up, I feel like it's so important now more than ever to just stay alert and know what to look for in case you need to identify what is a scammer versus what's not. I recently learned that Amazon actually has an impersonation scam reporting tool, along with a ton of tips that help people like you and me make sure that we're not falling victim to texts, calls, or emails, just like the one I received. I definitely recommend you guys go to the link in my bio to learn more. And of course, I didn't want to let you go without actually leaving you with a few tips that Amazon taught me. Number one, no legit company is going to ask you to buy something or download a service, or just ask for a form of payment in order to just verify something. Next, when in doubt, reach out to the company directly. Also beware of emails asking you to buy gift cards, and always look out for false senses of urgency because scammers want you to act fast before you actually find out what's going on. Again, you guys can head over to the link in my bio to learn more, but stay safe out there and happy shopping.
I need you guys to start becoming technologically literate, okay? Social media literacy, all right? Bitches have you, they are lying to you about everything. I don't think you guys understand. It's a personality. It's an alter ego. People are trying to make a living off of being entertaining and putting on a facade. They're always trying to sell you something. Like, I just saw a whole page that had over 16,000 followers, and they're drop shipping items from fucking Temu. They're rinse and repeating videos that they got off of the fucking internet, and they're making a sob story saying, oh, my grandfather made these. He was a Vietnam veteran and he made these because he missed my grandma because she passed away. You click the bio, you click the link in the bio, a ton of different stuff. Be smarter, guys. Please be smart.
Guys, when it comes to scams, trust your gut instinct. If there's any red flag that you feel in your guts, make sure that you do not proceed with that scam, because you will regret it. You will certainly regret it. It's literally instinct. Trust your instinct. It's literally almost always right. About 99.9% of the time, your instincts are there to protect you. So be smart about it.
You guys, please be careful. People are out here scamming big time for people who are looking for jobs. Let me just tell you what happened to me, okay? So I had got an email yesterday that I had applied for some job. I don't even know which one because it didn't even say the title of the company in the email. But it said that they had closed the position, right? But my background, my resume is a good fit for another position that they have, right? So they want to set up an interview with me, a virtual interview. So I set it up for today, right? So I already got some type of feeling inside. Like, it was like an intuition thing. Something just seemed off about the whole thing, okay? So, number one, they are like 6 minutes late on this interview. Red flag number one. When they start the interview, I'm noticing that my mic is mute, and I'm like, wait a minute, something's off here. There are like 400 people on this call. You tell me everybody was qualified for this job that you have in store for us? No, thank you. I hung up immediately. They crazy.
So, some jackass hacked into my work email and has been emailing everybody I've ever emailed and sending them some phishing scam attachment thing. So all day long, my staff and I have been fending off phone calls, texts, emails, Facebook messages from people who received the email, either asking whether or not I actually sent it because the email looked weird, it didn't look legitimate, or telling me that they can't open the attachment. I put it on my practice website. I put it on the practice Facebook page and my personal Facebook page. I sent emails to as many people that I could, telling them to not open the attachment. Yes, I've changed the security. I called my IT people and they went in there, did whatever it was they had to do. They had me change my password. They had me do some authenticator thing, Microsoft Authenticator. So hopefully it is more secure now. But yes, it has made my busy day even busier.
When I get an email from Amazon saying my package can't be delivered, but then I'm like, what did I order from Amazon? And then I see this. Thank you for detecting a simulated fish sent by Proofpoint. Your actions are helping keep our company safe.
You guys are lucky because I almost clicked it.
Think all QR codes are harmless? You better think again. A quick scan could be the gateway to your personal data, and scammers are waiting on the other side. Fake QR codes are on the rise. Scammers can place malicious QR codes in any place that you can imagine. Restaurants, gas stations, event posters, and a lot of those will lead you to download malware, or they'll take you to phishing websites to steal your information. So how do you stay safe? Only scan QR codes from a trusted source. Double check the URL before entering any personal information or making a payment. Your phone has a secure built-in QR code reader, and I suggest you use that. You can find some secure apps from the app stores, but the big tech companies have already built one that is very secure, and it's free. So, don't let a quick scan turn into a major security risk. Stay vigilant and stay safe online.
I just got the most effective phishing email. It almost worked on me, like I was so close. It was a Dropbox folder with pet photos in it. Someone shared pet photos with you. Hell yeah! Sign me up!
One of my friends opened an attachment from a phishing scam yesterday, and I have seen this one a couple of times. I've received it myself twice, and other people at the gym said they have seen it too. So I wanted to give a quick PSA, especially to those who live in the Bay Area or California. If you receive a text from Fastrak saying that you have unpaid fees, it is a scam. As a general rule, I always tell people to never open links or attachments from numbers that are not in their contacts. But here are some other ways you can spot a phishing scam. The first thing I always look at is the contact. Some are actual numbers, but some of them will come from emails, and I find this one to be particularly interesting. If you get a text talking about payments, especially if there's a sense of urgency or threatening legal action, it is a scam. If you receive a text that may apply to you or concern you, what you always want to do is to go to that actual website and not go through anything through a link in these texts. For example, one of the cards that I had connected to my Fastrak actually had fraud on it, and I canceled it. So when I first got this text from the one that was actually a number, I did question it for a second and thought, shoot, maybe I haven't been paying my tolls. So what I did is I went to the Fastrak website. And before I even logged onto my account, this is the first thing I saw. Another common phishing scam is your bank texting you that there has been fraud on your card. Again, with this, do not click on the link, go to your actual bank's website and log in through there. Anyone can fall victim to these, but if you have parents or grandparents, please share this with them so they don't fall for this. And as always, please stay safe out there.
I've just been defrauded of all the money in my business account, all the money in my company's account. Every single penny that I've worked for all year round, cleared, gone. Now yesterday, Monday, today's Tuesday, yesterday was Monday, I get an email at 4:16 or thereabouts. It was close past banking hours from Zenith Bank. And if you guys know, Zenith Bank has been having like issues with like their banking and everything, like transfers have not been working, you can't log into your bank app, it's just been fluctuating, it's been really bad. So I get an email from Zenith Bank. So bear in mind that I'm already going through the stress of my trip, trying to communicate with my agent, trying to figure out why my trip is not going well. So I'm under a lot of stress at this time. So I see the email is like, oh, I should approve a policy or something, so that my account, so that I'll stop having service disruptions. So I see that, I was like, oh, okay, whatever, like I'll attend to it later. Then I go to log into my Zenith Bank internet banking, trying to log into my internet banking, right? I just wanted to do some last minute finances in case I was still going to travel today. I'm trying to log in, it's telling me invalid username. So at that point, I'm already like, what's going on? Like, I'm worried, like, what's going on? It wasn't working. So, invalid username, like, why? My username did not change. So at that point, my mind now went to that email that I got, that, oh, maybe because I haven't approved that email, that's why I'm not able to log into my account. Like, go back to the email, I reviewed the policy, whatever that they were talking about, I approved the email. It now took me to the internet banking page of Zenith Bank for me to log in my details. So I'm like, okay, it seems legit. I put in my internet banking details. In less than 5 minutes, I got an alert of all the money in my account transferred to some certain person. So I'm even looking at it like, okay, maybe Zenith Bank made a mistake because they're having issues with their banks. Maybe they actually like initiated a transfer on my account to send the money back. Like, I didn't really clock what had happened. Then later I checked it again. I was like, wait, this is all the money in my account. Like, where are they sending it to? Who are they sending? Like, what is going on here? Then I saw that it was transferred to one Wema Bank account. I'm not going to call the person's name. It was transferred to one Wema Bank. All my money transferred. So that's when I now clocked. I was like, wait, let me go and check that email that I just clicked. And I went to check the email. Turns out it was not even Zenith Bank. It was Zenith Bank at mail server XYX something. It was like a scam email impersonating Zenith Bank. So I just fallen prey to like a proper phishing scam. Like, me, of all people, like, if you know me, you know that I don't ever click on any foreign email. Like, it's so bad that even if a company sends me an email saying, Divine, log into this place and download this brief for this job, I'll say, no, send me something, send me the file. I'm not going to click on any email. Like, that's how particular I am about clicking on emails. So I don't even understand why I clicked on that email that yesterday. Maybe just because I was under so much stress, and I just thought because of the issues Zenith Bank was having, everything just kind of worked out in their favor. And I clicked on this email, and the next thing I know, all the money in my account disappeared, transferred to some certain person. Like, I always hear about this kind of things happening to people, but I never in a million years thought that Nigeria would happen to me. Like, I never thought that it was going to be like me, right? So to be scammed twice in 1 week, I don't even know if my heart can take it. Like, it's just too much. Who is even going to understand? Like, how stupid could I even have been? Like, I've blamed myself, I've blamed Zenith Bank, I've blamed Nigeria, there's nobody I've not blamed, right? I just got back from the bank. I reported the incident. They said I should write the official letter. Yeah, they said they would follow up on the issue, but I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not confident in the fact that they would follow up anything. I'm not confident in the fact that I'll be able to retrieve my money back, because they said if the person hasn't spent the money yet, they can freeze their account, but if they've spent it, then I have to chase them down, or like, I'm not even sure. I guess I'll update you guys. I just wanted to give you guys a brief story of what has been going on.
For all of y'all who are judging me based on the fact that you think you would have been able to recognize that this email was a scam and that I did not do my cybersecurity awareness training, baby, that's a lie. I did my training. And normally I do not click links. However, this email looked just like every other email that I was receiving. We get multiple emails, okay? Within our department, within the hospital, within the VISN, from different people throughout the day. Multiple times a day. There was nothing about this email that just said scam, 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 okay? Because why on earth would I just want myself to be scammed? That don't make no damn sense. But anyway, yes, I lost almost $5,000 over a 2.5-year period. Baby, I take full accountability for the fact that I waited so long. I procrastinate. But not only that, the amount of money that was coming out every payday was not a large amount of money. So it was really, truly out of sight, out of mind, okay? The other thing is, if you contribute to the retirement system for the government, you don't get a monthly statement. You don't get a quarterly statement. You don't get an annual statement. All you get is your paycheck. That serves as your statement. So me seeing this money coming out to go towards this critical illness insurance, long-term disability, I didn't trip. I just assumed, okay, there's my proof that I have it. And the fact that the policy was not sent to me right away was not a red flag. Why? Because everything takes time with the government. Don't nothing happen fast, okay? And I'm not trying to speak ill of the government. I'm just letting you know everything is a process. There is not one person you can go to specifically to make any type of inquiry or complaint, because it's just built that way. It's just built that way. And to be perfectly honest, people will tell you if that's not their job. Psh.
Here is the thing about phishing scams. Anybody can get caught lacking. Anybody can fall for it. Some of those scams are so good. They are so well planned, well thought out. Some of those scammers have been scammers for many years. They know how to convince people that they are true. If you are not on guard, anybody can get caught up. Anybody can fall for a scam, especially if they are well planned. People can fall for it. I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.